Hey, what's going on, guys? So today, obviously, I'm talking about WWDC. Why? Because I've been highly anticipating for iPad OS to come out with a feature which would include some of the Mac OS apps that you can possibly use on iPad, and that was to be rumored for a very long time now. And I'm highly disappointed that that didn't happen, because my buying decision for the new iPad Pro was going to be strictly to be able to replace a MacBook Pro. Now, however, depending on how you see it, MacBook Pro would obviously have some advantages over the iPad, especially if you don't like using the touch capability, or if you don't want to have the touch capability at all on your screen, then you might want to just go for the MacBook Pro anyways. Now, for the price that you're paying for the iPad Pro, yes, it is, you could basically buy a MacBook Air for that price. It really depends which one you want to buy. But for me, the kicker would have been to just be able to have Final Cut Pro compatible with Logic and any other desktop apps to be able to use on iPad. And that's pretty much what I wanted to go for. And I'm actually very happy that I didn't purchase the iPad Pro just yet, because when they actually scheduled the WWDC21, they scheduled it 3 days after the actual expiration of the return date for the iPad Pros when they initially came out. So if you're a buyer of the iPad Pro, you have basically till last Friday to have returned the iPad Pro. But now if you're still holding on to it and waiting for WWDC, you cannot return your iPad Pro. So you're kind of out of luck, and that's a little bit unfortunate. But having said that, for people who have been waiting for WW21, apparently that's the new way of saying it. But anyways, if you have been waiting for that, then great. You don't have to get it. You can go ahead and buy the 2018 version, because nothing has really changed aside from if you want that FaceTime function where the camera can turn with you for 120 degrees or 150 degrees. I forgot what it was. But basically, you can have that feature. If you're really keen on that, and if you use FaceTime a lot for conference calls, then you might want to get the new iPad Pros. But then again, if you don't want to, or if you just put on the wide angle view, then I just don't see the feature for that unless you are moving around like they did for the example when they're like moving around in the kitchen and you're cooking and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. But otherwise, I don't see the actual use case for that for myself. And if you can relate to me, then you probably won't need the new iPad Pro anyways. You could just go get the 2018 version, or at least you can get the 11-inch and save yourself a couple $100s. Now, with the other features that it came out with, I just think overall this whole thing is packaged towards college university students, and with in mind of people might be in the pandemic still for some countries. I know like United States, it's starting to open back up and stuff, but there are some people that would still work remotely or go to school remotely. So I think it's heavily actually geared towards students with all these features, especially when I wish I had this feature where you can actually put the iPad or iPhone to the actual, you have your slideshows that your teacher or professor are showing, and then you can document that, put it into your notes, scan it, and have a digital copy of whatever was shown on the slideshow. So that is a pretty cool feature, and I think I would have loved to have that when I was in university. Unfortunately, times change and we're getting old. What can you do? But anyways, that is pretty much it that I wanted to kind of cover in this video, because that's the only thing I really wanted. And this keynote was, it's underwhelming because there wasn't too many keynote-worthy features. And I just feel like these features could have been just released with the updates and not necessarily a big WWDC event. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Comment down below what you think. And yeah, like this video if you have similar approaches or thinking to what I have. And subscribe if you are new. And if you don't want to subscribe, then have a nice life. All right. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Bye.